So much, Matt. A 12-hour standoff came to an end earlier this week with an officer in the hospital and a suspect facing 20 counts. Those charges include aggravated assault and attempted second-degree murder.
Let's go to Fox 13's Jack BILYEU live right now. Jack, you talked to the negotiator MPD says was at the center of bringing that standoff to an end.
Sergeant Fausto FRIAS says he's one of only a handful of bilingual negotiators with the Memphis Police Department. He says when he was sent to that scene, he had only one goal in mind: to make sure that that standoff ended as peacefully as possible.
There's a possibility that one of our officers may have been struck by a ricochet, but that officer has been taken to the hospital, local hospital, and he's receiving treatment.
Hours of tension played out in northeast Memphis Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Police were locked in a standoff with Martin Perez Estrada. Police say Martin Perez Estrada was barricaded inside his apartment for 10 hours. When police were called to the apartment, they say he fired gunshots. Officers used tear gas to try and get him out, and that was followed by more gunshots.
Basically, the information was that the guy was a non-English speaker and he was fluent in Spanish.
Sergeant Fausto FRIAS was eventually called in and started talking to Perez Estrada in his native language, and he eventually surrendered without a loss of life. FRIAS says the key to negotiating is not just to react to a suspect, but to respond to them, and crossing the language barrier is a key part of that.
Just trying to communicate in their language to get them to calm down and become at ease.
FRIAS says every crisis intervention team needs a Spanish speaker for situations like this week's standoff. He says he's seen the number of Spanish-speaking officers more than double in his 24 years with the Memphis Police Department, and that number needs to keep going up to ensure safe and thorough policing for people of every culture.
I always wanted to help people, and to make a difference. I feel that I'm able to close the gap between the Latin community and, the American culture.
Perez Estrada is being held on a $500,000 bond. He's due back in court on Monday. In Memphis, Jack BILYEU, Fox 13 News.